Alright, let's try this again. Let's see if that helped some things. Basically all I did was restart my computer to see if I can shut down any garbage that might have accumulated or something like that from... Does not seem to be helping very much though. I am still getting absolutely hosed. I am getting absolutely hosed here. Well, it looks like there's nothing I can do for it. Like, except make my settings even freaking worse. Alright.
Rejoin the Earth!
But yeah, we were gonna do... We're pretty full up. We're gonna... We need to clear things out.
Yes. These are just some odds and ends of mine.
Alright. Leech is nice, but that's not what I want for my starting.
I accept.
Elemental damage with attacks. And these are both disenchants. Use when you become shot. I do think I have one of those. I need to look and see if I can Staunching Charm of the Medic.
Oh, I like this one.
Bad Amethyst Ring. Okay, and then Minion Accuracy.
Another for my collection. Thank you.
Alright, it's Disenchant.
Yes.
Forgot about my potions, or my flasks. Alright, increased amount recovered. I've actually already got this, and it's already set up the way... Well, it's not quite where I want it, but it's still pretty good. I actually kind of like the fast recovery rate, so...
I will treasure it.
And... increased charges gained. No, thank you. Alright, I'm pretty sure I have a grounding charm, but I'll go ahead and double check.
Bye.
Alright. So... we will grab a Supercharged Slam. And then we will grab Seismic Cry. Alright. Let's see what we got.
Quickly.
Now, the one I'm breaking down, I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly. No, that is just a magical one. Thought I picked up one. Alright, the Sentry adds 9 to 20 fire damage, 20% to fire resistance, 100% increased chance to ignite, and 30 light radius. So if you're reliant mostly on your elemental damage, this is okay. It gives you very reliable ignite. I don't know. I'm not sure what you would do with that one, but for now, I'm going to break it down.
Hello.
Because it's my understanding fire is actually not one of the elements.
Hello.
sell. Sell, sell, sell.
Oh,
Right.
I like. Bye.
Into the stash. Okay, we're going to be wanting one of my skill gems here. We'll go ahead and take a look and see if there's anything we want to slam here. Actually, we're going to take this one out. I don't want to put... I only want... well, it's got that 4% physical damage reduction. Let's see if we can get a block chance on it. Stun threshold, we're still not in anything bad. And that increased its armor as well, so... This block chance 26. Yeah, because I do want to replace this one. Alright. I've got nothing in there. I'm looking at regaling right now. Boop, boop. I do have this charm. Again, the lightning one I think is the one I don't have.
Yes. Another for my collection.
Take a look at those in a second. Let's finish what I'm doing here. Alright, so this is going to come over here. And go to my runs page. Alright. Alright. It's time. I'm not even going to... I'm not even going to look at what's available. This is going on Rolling Slam. Alright. And then for Rolling Slam, I think I even wanted to maybe move things around. We have Aftershock, which will be nice. Heavy Swing, Splinter, breaks armor, equal to 50% physical damage, supported by skill. I think I've already got that going on. There was another one. Let's see, Bloodlust, Break Endurance. Let's see, when you fully break enemy armor. Sport skill does 30% more melee physical damage against bleeding enemies. Brutality. I think actually we're going to put that on the other one. Okay, fast forward. Execute. 40% more damage with hits against enemies that are on low life. Skills have increased ignite. Double barrel. This is for crossbow ammunition. Gain 25% of dexter. Let's see. Fist of War we already got. Ignition. Impact shockwaves. This is the we've got this I think on my Bone Shatter. Let's see, Jagged Ground, Inspiration, Meat Shield, Overpower, Persistence, Premeditation, Unbreakable, Stomping Ground, Ruthless, and Vitality we've already got going on. And we have Aftershock, Totem Placement Speed, Sports Trigger, Explosion when fully break an enemy's armor, Auto Reload, Exploit Weakness, Consumes enemy phone. Okay, that's what we got on our Big Slam. Breaking armor when inflicting a heavy stun might be useful, but 40% more armor, knock back enemies on hit. Fond of Blood from supported skill grants 2% life regeneration. I think I've already got this up. Let's see, Heavy Swing, Ironwood, Infernal Legion, Holy Descent, Herbalism, Life Thief, 6% physical attack damage from supported skill as life, Primal Armament, Raging Cry and Splinter. Word of skill have 40% more projectile, ammo conservation, bursting plague, chain, corrosion, conduction, comorbidity, combo finisher. Supports melee attack you use yourself. Supported skills cannot be used until enough combo has been built up, but deal massive more damage. Cannot support skills which already combo or trigger skills. So you need to have something generating combo. Some skills and effects require a certain amount of combo to use. Combo is built up by successfully striking enemies. So this is something I might use for my finisher. Ooh, supported skills have increased critical hit chance against immobilized enemies. That's one to look forward to, potentially. Already have March Out Tempo. Supported skills have Culling Strike. Sorry if I'm being a little silent. My sinuses are giving me a little bit of issues. Scatter Shot, Second Wind, Window of Opportunity, let's see, Swift Affliction, Blind, Break Posture, we're already using Bullseye. Close Combat is one we can get at the very minimum. Lightning Penetration, Ingenuity, Ferocity, Electrocute, Long Shot, Maim. All attacks always maim on hit. So movement speed and 15% reduced evasion rating. Momentum. Additional combo on hit. And then Ricochet. Sport skill has 100% more critical hit chance against enemies that are on full life. Well, it is one of the first things I swing with, but that's only going to affect for clear. Okay, Clarity, Decaying Hex, Controlled Destruction, Concentrated Effect, Cold Infusion, Deep Freeze, Elemental Army, Energy Barrier. Expanse. Heightened Curse, Glaciation, Frost Nexus, Fortress, Hourglass. There's a way to, like, if you want to, you can really make something have, like, you can give it a cooldown and have it do a lot more damage. So, like, what I might do is I might take some of these cooldown ones, like this one, where you do 40% and have plus 10-second cooldown. And what's the other one? And yeah. So I might put like Hourglass on my finisher. See, bidding, full penetration, considered capsing, corpse conservation, fiery death, beating frenzy, excise. Yeah, here's one with more critical hit. Coursing current, focused curse, font of mana, glacier, hinder, intense agony, inevitable critical. Supported skill gains 25% increased critical hit chance each second up to 100%. Now, again, this is not 100% critical. It means you're getting an additional 100% to your multiplier of whatever your base critical hit chance is. So if your critical hit chance is 7%, then it's 14% when this maxes out. Support skill gain 40% increased energy. Icicle, Mana Flare, Potential, Rising Tempest, Ritualistic Curse, Strip Away, Spell Echo, Soul Thief, Shock Siphon, and Wildfire. So right now, it looks like what I'm probably going to grab is Close Combat. Did I not already grab Close Combat? There's Second Wind, Martial Tempo, Break Posture, Murderous Intent. And then Precision. Let me make sure. I think I might have grabbed a Close Combat already. Been like, I'm going to use this eventually. Which, wouldn't you know? Okay, I do not have Close Combat yet. So we're going to go ahead and just make this be Close Combat. Which means the first slam, depending on when I use it, the initial slam might not do a lot. But... because we're already, I think we've already got Splinter on there. Heavy Swing we put on our finisher. Overpower and Fist of War. Fist of War we move to the finisher. Eventually we'll be able to get these other ones. Oh, that's right. I wanted to build into Aftershock. So maybe we'll do that instead. We'll put Close Combat on something else, or save Close Combat. So yeah, we'll go ahead and do Aftershock. See how much fun we can have with that. Okay. So I think that's everything. I don't have enough that I really feel comfortable shopping, so we will continue. Checkpoint, just in case we need it for convenient hopping around.
Steel yourself!
I'm gonna switch over to my two-hander in a second. Those ones, it's better to go for killing them with big hits than it is to just try to do a bunch of little ones. Wow, somebody got a nice shot on me. guy is a blue. Oh, somebody got to break armor off on me. At least I think that's broken armor. Another rare over here. Clear up the chaff first. And then she's got the ability to stun. Got a couple of different things I have to worry about with her.
Meek creature! Fear will best you!
Just wanted to grab a little bit of gold. Rotting crow of venom. Why am I poisoning? Like, I'm poisoning. Do I have like a buff that's giving me a poison or something? Like, what was going on there? Yeah, chase after me. Decrepit mercenary. Essence of the infinite. Weird crow monsters I don't remember from last time. Like I said, they've obviously added monsters to these areas. The timing on these aftershocks is a little... I'm not sure it's very useful.
Fear will best you!
Shroud Rocker is accurate. And then Essence of the Infinite, which is that thing probably. So, again, trying to walk that line between exploring the area. There's Ogham Village, which is our eventual destination. Man, the checkpoint system. I do kind of wish that the checkpoint system persisted. That like after you found a checkpoint, you could just warp to that checkpoint the next time you came back. I understand why it doesn't work that way. All right, come on. Okay. Wow, I am absolutely destroyed. Yeah, I understand why it can't work that way, like, but it's like, it would be such a convenience during exploration. Man, my Bone Shatter, I think, is actually stronger than my Rolling Slam most of the time. Like, my Rolling Slam sometimes fails to finish enemies. Bone Shatter, not so much. It usually gets the job done.
Shut up!
Yeah, I can definitely see how like the aftershocks will be beneficial in boss fights, especially with like bosses that don't do a lot of moving around. It's going to be somewhat conditional. I think there's going to be times. Now, granted, I've still got 2 gem slots left. Although I'm understanding that getting like people are volleying for their 5th support gem. So like I'm understanding that it is getting all of your gem slots is a challenge. Oh, got a rare. I got a level. Might want to increase the area of aftershocks, but then again I might want to increase area of my stuff, period, which I am probably going to do. Do me a favor and get all of your armor broken in these for me. Another rare. Lots of rares today. It's one of these weird crow monster things. Kept that chain going for a pretty long time. Just want to get rid of as many of the chaff around the minions. Alright, already got damage broken on them. Okay, so they've got the Siphon Flask charges, which I hate. They've got extra energy shield, which is taking me a while to beat through. So we're going to have to hope that we can really make good of things when I get that taken care of. Almost out of flask charges. We're gonna come in and finish. Finish with the big weapon. Which may be a little bit slower now, but still doing a lot of damage. And we got another one. We are getting a decent chunk of rares here. Broken, get the days off. Gotta be careful because I do not have flask charges right now. Oh! Got overconfident. Especially since I haven't really fought these things before. I got overconfident. Let's go ahead and use my skill points. Because I thought I had that. Like, I was coming in for the kill, and it's like, nope. Alright, so we still got one more split that we can do. Not sure how I feel about this one. This node is a split, doing this as a split. I have to admit, I like the potential of the split system, but... Okay. And this is the one we're gonna... I like the potential of it. But there are some things where it's just like, sometimes it's like, I'm like, yeah, not all these nodes like that you might want to split are good ideas to split. But still, it is a way to get a little bit of additional oomph, I think. Now, I actually don't have that big of a deal with the fact that the enemies respawn when you die. I really don't. Like, again, the whole thing is they're trying to they're trying to get rid of corpse rushing. But like, well, apparently this counter doesn't respond. But like, I'm pretty sure that rare will, you don't, like, the problem is what killed you, unless it's the boss, it goes away. So it's like, I don't get to go and get revenge and, refight and re-kill that thing. Because it's like, I kind of want, like, that's kind of what I want the most, is like, when something kills me, I want to go back and say, like, yeah, you thought you had me? You were wrong. Yeah, a lot of the time the aftershocks, at least for clearing, the aftershocks don't matter. But I'm hoping that for bossing, they will be very useful. It sounded like one of the, what's it called? The Jawa. Well, we got a minion right of a dog, which means there's a rare around here somewhere. I do like they legit, like, until you like target them and get the red highlight, they can sneak up on you. That is something though I might note in my log for today. Like, I'm actually okay with enemies respawning as like a death punishment. Like that, I am fine with that. But can the enemy that I was fighting still be around so I can go get my revenge? Probably. That's probably actually the way the system is designed. That's probably like not going to be something they could do. But like, I would really like it. Either way, we do have another rare one. Yeah. Always bleeds, proximity tangibility. So you have to be up close to hurt it. Filth Shriek the Terrible. Yeah, that little weird, like, crow scream thing is pretty mean. Alright. We're up this way. Alright, I think we're probably pretty good. We'll go ahead and we will we'll head through the middle back town. We won't waypoint, we'll just walk back through the middle here. Again, eventually we'll have like a checkbox or a checklist where it's like, okay, we're going to go in this area, we're going to do these encounters, we're going to go in this area and we're going to do these encounters, and like, and that'll include Cruel at least for the time being. Eventually though, the Cruel one will go away because we'll have all 6 of the eggs.
Hammer and anvil.
I say these crow monsters, whatever the heck they are tough. Ooh. Who shot me like that? Okay, we get these blue guys here. Look like they had like an extra physical hand glue or something like that. I'm like, wow, something really hit me hard. Like, who did that? Who did that? I got a little distracted. This is not the way I wanted to go. Alright, I will kill the werewolves. Ooh, sabatons. I was rewarded for killing the werewolves. I don't like killing puppies, though. Well, I have to kill the puppies. Why do all these games make you have to kill the puppies? Yeah, and you just do your own thing. You're living your best life. I'll let you keep doing that. Alright, on to Ogden Village. With the exploding boars.
The bastards! They've burned it all!
And here we are looking for... Actually, is my father... Does my father still have the quest for the hammer? More werewolves. Does my father legitimately still have the quest for the hammer? Yeah, see here the tremors and the aftershocks are hitting. They don't seem to be doing a lot right now, but eventually I'll be able to improve their damage, so... Oh. Accidentally hit, ooh, Transcendent Mana Flask. That was actually not what I wanted to do there. Fires. I do find the exploding pigs to be silly. Like, to me, at least, they're a little silly. Like, one of them happening once is, like, kind of amusing, but, like... the fact that it just keeps happening, I'm like, yes! This is not pulling me out of my, it's not pulling me out of my reverie at all, or, you know, my immersion. Immersive. But is it immersive? Kabooms. Again, I don't think those were here originally. Yeah, they've added new monsters to some of these areas, which I think is a great choice. I think it keeps the areas interesting. Again, like, this is not ideal. Like, way back in the day, the whole idea of, like, you know, oh, okay, well, now you're gonna, you know, your playthrough and be even harder. You know, it was like, it kind of fell in line with, like, the way people would do, like, difficulty levels, where it's like you play maybe on normal, and then as you got better at the game, you play on higher difficulty levels. So the idea of maybe, since that's how a lot of people played their games, the idea that you would maybe rotate them around like that naturally, and, like, build in, like, new encounters and stuff, that was a great and wonderful idea back in the day. But, you know, as we saw with Diablo 3, no one really wants to play like that anymore. Now, I played Path of Exile with 3 difficulties for some time. Because now I played probably less of it with 3 difficulties than other people did. Because I did not play through all 3 difficulties back during the alpha or the beta. Like I said, it did not grip me back then. But then during Legacy League and the period, I forget what the league was after Legacy League. But there was a brief I think it just stayed in Legacy League. I think Legacy League got extended, or maybe they did some events. I can't remember. But during Legacy League, it was still play through all three versions. You play through normal, cruel, and then merciless is what they called the third one. So like, and we still like, so when people still refer to, that's why like when they say if they talk about like cruel lab or merciless lab or uber lab, that's where that comes from. So I never really, so I only had to deal with it for a while, but then shortly after that, of course, we went into Fall of Oriath, and then we just had a 10-act campaign, which is just the way to do it, in my opinion. Just you have a campaign that is a good campaign that, and PoE 1's campaign is okay. It has flaws, but you know it takes you into endgame, and then that's where you stand. Oh, we have a courtesan. I hate these things. Get out of the degen, please. That degen was kicking my butt.
Meat creature.
Vagabond armor, that's a yes. Or, well, it's armor yes. I prefer to just go straight armor for now. I might be making a mistake with that, but I want to try to build this straight armor and strength. I do love the hurting sound effects of the armor breaking. Earth exploding all around my foes. Is it normal? I'm not going to bother with them. These ones are in my way. I'm not gonna care about the zombies. The burning zombies. The Burninator. The burning dead.
Cow.
Animation cancel out sometimes to the cancel out, like if I know for a fact that I'm gonna stun or prime, I should say, not actually stun, but if I know I'm gonna prime on the first hit, the animation cancel out is a little tricky because it's basically see, I already did it wrong. Like, try again. So it's basically like that. So you can definitely animation cancel out of that, but out of your rolling slam to get the break off. Yeah, I'm not even seeing my house. I'm looking around, I'm like, is there a reward? Like maybe, like I think I opened a chest that had a rune in it that I think might have been where the hammer was originally. Because obviously the first time you're doing this, you get the smith's hammer so that you can start doing your salvaging. But yeah, it looks like I either already found it or, and that just, I think, like I said, there was a chest I opened, I think it might have been it, that had a rune in it. Probably should have checkpointed back. Armor of the Vagabond. Alright. Me. for a second.
Your luck has run out, foundling. You bastard! Face me! Dodge this!
Should be primal soon.
The guillotine waits. Justice will be served.
Keep telling yourself that. The funny thing is because of the way the corruption works, like, in many cases, like, the villains and foes of these games really do believe they're the ones on the right.
Time is up.
Like, they really do believe they're in the right, because basically the corruption is distorting and changing their perceptions. You know, the way it's described by the Hooded One is it's a case of, like, the purpose of corruption is to change things. But if you've got something sensitive, like, you know, the human mind,
This is not revenge enough for what you've done.
alright, we got it.
Fortune favors me.
Well, still got some guys in the back here just having fun, just taking pot shots with their potato cannons. Him, please. Oh, I'm locked on, that's why.
Clear.
Okay. We'll waypoint from the ramparts.
None will stop me from enacting vengeance.
Vengeance! Yeah, if I mouse over here, got the gallows in the manor ramparts. See, I've already got to deliver that. The ancient ruin and the cemetery of the Eternals. I'm pretty sure I already did that. The witch hunt in the Growwood, I already did that. But it's showing that I haven't, but I'm like, I did these, you know. Alright. Spooky wolves. Spooky vicious
The
wolves.
village has been. You must infiltrate. Thank you.
For what it's worth, it isn't worth much. There is only one. Enter the map. Bye. You found my loot. I think I shall begin.
And we get another book of specialization.
Together.
Bye.
Alright. And now we're just kind of filling in the blanks. Okay. I should probably be checking more of these for like a thing. Oh, what are you? Okay. Like, hey, do I actually like want to try to roll on that? Because the thing is I only want to roll if I'm going to, if I've got, I only want to roll on stuff where I've got some beginning to something. So, Silver Charm. Your speed is unaffected by slows. Uses when you're affected by a slow. Yes, please. Yes, so much, please.
Quickly.
It is good to see you.
Alright. Ah! Blast charges per second. That was what I was hoping for. What I'm always looking for. This is only 15% increased physical with a little bit of accuracy on it. It's got a lot of catching up to do, so it's not going to probably be a good start. Also, life per enemy hit is not what I want on this one. Other ones, yes. Oh, she's got an amethyst ring. I'll take a look at that in a second. Alright. Now we'll go to disenchant. Actually, I don't know what I need more at this point, was or not. I seem to be getting regals plenty enough, so I think I'll probably do artificers. Alright, I need speed. I have the need for speed. Alright. Oop.
It is good to see you.
Alright. Okay, I'm just gonna stash away some stuff here. Okay, we're gonna roll on these. Yes, this is exactly what I was looking for. Okay, increased charges gained. And 16 life recovered when used. So that'll hopefully help me deal with my absolute bane. I already had one and I didn't even notice. But reduction in action speed. This one has increased number of charges, but that doesn't really help it much. Because either way, it's 2 uses normally on a full. There we go. Getting it over there was a pain in the butt. So it's 2 uses on a full, and this is still 2 uses. So the getting more charges is more important.
It is good to see you. Oh, I like this one.
Alright, let's take a look at the ring she's got. Man on enemy killed. No thank you. If it were hit, that might be a different story, but... Well, enemy kill's not bad for me. But I fixed my mana another way. Let's take a look at these real quick.
Stay safe if you can.
Alright. So we're going to continue with this here. Right? Because I can... This is the next one? Okay. And then we'll grab this one, and then I'm going to look for either for like a block node or something. I might take the 2 remaining block nodes I don't have. There's 2 block nodes I haven't taken. It's this one and this one, but I think there's another one down here. Where did I see the other block node? There was another one down here that I haven't grabbed. Ah, there it is. Yeah. But this again would require me to... Like, I don't want to have this right now. Eventually I'll probably fix this and then maybe grab that. Well, no, that wouldn't work. That actually wouldn't work. Then I'd have another... I don't know. We'll figure things out. In the meantime... meantime... We have 2 block nodes that I do have access to that I have not taken yet. So we'll go ahead and grab those. Actually, that's not a block node, that's an increased attack speed while holding a shield, but it's still nice. Alright. Okay, how are we doing for cash? We'll do that a little bit more towards like maybe the start of the next act. We'll worry about that. Alright. The Mana Ramparts. God, man, my stream quality is so bad. Again, I don't know why I've got such a low upload speed. I do not know what's causing that. I should not have this low of an upload speed.
Gruesome creature.
Oh, the blues. They're blue. Da boo dee da boo da. It's almost to the point where like bam. It's almost to the point where it's like I almost don't want to hit with like the full rolling slam, so I can grab all of my bone shatters. Whoa! I think these might be new. No? That's, wow, those lightning storms are kicking my butt. I do know that, like, lightning res is one of my reses right now. Let's get the days off. Come in for one slam and then I gotta roll out. Alright. Votive Raiment. Yeah, it's a raiment, so it's probably like probably an int or maybe int evasion. Or energy shield, ES evasion, and int dex, that kind of. These are really, really cool, though. These are really cool. They're just cool looking enemies. One of the things that they said, like, in an interview, I can't remember if it was an interview or ExileCon, but like the perspective we've got here actually kind of robs us of some of the detail work. Like, the animators have not been skimping. Like, the animators and the artists have not been skimping. They've not gone, oh, well, you know, they're going to be looking at it from this large perspective. Well, that is... I still want it because of the 2 sockets, but we're getting to the one point where my one frustration was a lot of ARPGs, and unfortunately it looks like this one's going to be no different, is oftentimes like you see good gear come up on, or things you want coming up on bases you have no interest in because they're like from a while back. Now the Leaden Great Hammer is not horribly outdated. Like, it's only a couple of tiers below, I think, what it's currently got. And I mean, to be fair, it's actually a better base. Like, I should still roll on it because it is actually a better base than the one I'm currently using in my two-hander. Now, the odds that said that it will actually be higher is not particularly good. But, you know, I should not make that assumption. Unless that's a 3, that's not actually going to help me much. Oh, that was a weird war cry. That was more crazed than actually like battle. That was also, I think, a little bit of a delay in the sound effect. It came out after the enemy was already dead. Getting pushed around. That's okay. I will do my own pushing in a second. Get to the point where near the manor's entrance, or the manor proper, which is actually one of my favorite zones so far, is that manor. And they did some smart things, because here's the thing, if you're not paying attention to any of the decrees or anything like that, or the quests, then Geonor is a non-entity to you. But if you are, because of the way they designed the manor, so that you are actually seeing Geonor and hearing him speak before you actually get to the boss chamber. It gives you it gives a moment for you to like develop at least some kind of connection of, okay, this is the bad guy that I need to kill, you know, as opposed to just, you know, it is an enemy that is whoa, that was a lot of damage, as opposed to it's just like, oh well, this is just a bundle of stats. These guys are hitting pretty hard. Because while at the end of the day, like, most of us are playing ARPGs for number go up. It is still, you will always feel more satisfaction defeating an enemy that you want to defeat. That you're just like, yeah, no, you gotta die. I mean, it's the reason why the vaunted Nemesis system, which we have unfortunately lost access to because, you know, the U.S. Patent Office, unfortunately, does have issues. In fact, there's that's another rant for today. IP law is frustrating. I have learned a decent chunk of IP law back when I first started trying to do this. Was in the middle of the whole, you know, where's the fair use thing. So I actually spent a lot of time studying and like listening to law lectures and stuff like that, trying to figure out like, okay, what actually is the law here? You know, like I'm one of those people who obviously, you know, because of my standing, I'm not really ever going to be able to afford to like do like a protracted court battle on any of this stuff. So what do I actually need to know? And of course it didn't help that at the time there was, you know, so much misinformation out there. Like you had a lot of people who were going, it's like, well, you put this disclaimer. And I was like, no, that's not how it works. That's not how it works at all. This disclaimer doesn't do a thing. In fact, this disclaimer can be argued in court that it knows that you actually have knowledge, premeditated knowledge, that you might be about to break the law. And again, we despite how like absolutely freaking opaque and inaccessible our legal system is, you know, not knowing that is not an excuse. Like, as far as the law is concerned, it's like, we don't care that half of the law is written in a language nobody understands. You still are expected to understand it, which is kind of frustrating. There's a lot of things to be frustrated about with how we do law in this country. But IP law in particular has been described by lawyers and judges as like the most complicated law part of our legal system. And in a certain amount of it is by design and for good reasons. When the founders set up the Copyright Act, they intentionally did not want to put any restraints or limitations on art. They basically said, you know, we've already seen all of this cool new art come out in our lifetimes. We don't want to gainsay what might come out in, you know, future generations. So we're going to make this as broad and open to interpretation on a case-by-case basis as possible, so that no one can come in and say, well, your art isn't covered by copyright law, so therefore you don't get a copyright. Or, you know, my art is copyright protected, so because you did this one thing, you know, that is not specifically written into the law that is close to what I did, I get to sue you and take all your money and claim all of your art. You know, they intentionally actually made it very, very vague and open to interpretation so that judges and juries could come in by a case-by-case basis and say, okay, this is what's actually going on. But unfortunately, the end of the result is me, a hobbyist, probably knows more about copyright than the average lawyer does. I don't know, like, do not listen to me as far as legal advice is concerned, because I don't know as much as a copyright attorney does. But even though, you know, again, there isn't supposed to be specializations. It's not like doctors. Lawyers are not supposed to be specialized. A lawyer is supposed to be able to argue again, just another thing where the law is bullshit. It's like the expectations on the lawyers is unrealistic. You know, there is no attorney in existence that can argue any point of case in the law. Now, you give them enough time to research a topic, they can probably do it. Or at least they should be able to do it. But the thing is, you know, that's time that you may not have access to in a court case. As much as laws often happen slowly, you know, there are still deadlines and stuff in court. Like the most infamous of one is I'm trying to remember the name of the legal term. But basically, you have once you have, and it's again one of those frustrating things about the way our law works. Okay, it is not from the date of time where it's like you became aware that something was happening. It is when you should have been aware something is happening. Well, when should you have been aware? Well, basically, whoever's lawyer is able to argue better before the judge when you should have been aware. That's what counts. Not like reason anything like the rest of us would consider reasonable in some cases, you know. And I mean, it's not like the court doesn't take certain things into consideration, or at least is supposed to take certain things into consideration. But like, let's say, again, since I started talking about like the complexity of IP law, let's say you write a book and you're trying to get this book published and nobody's publishing it, all right? Then later on, you find out that one of the publishers you sent your manuscript to has published your book and is selling it and is making money off of your book and is claiming ownership and copyright in it. Okay, well, when did you become aware of it? Well, you became aware of it when you found out, however you found out, that the publisher had done that. Okay, but the publisher's lawyer is going to argue that for all legal purposes, what matters as far as like your deadlines of like filing and grievances. What the hell happened there? That's again, I think, because I was trying to, I was so distracted. I'm not even sure what I was trying to do there. Sorry, no solicitation, please. Yeah, what ended up happening there is I ended up pulling my trigger for switching to my second hotkeys, and then actually, which trigger do I have chat on? I had X, so I was pulling my trigger for some reason. I can't remember why I was pulling my trigger. It might have been to swap my weapons, and then I hit X, which is chat, which locked me out of. I have to remember, if I bring up chat, I have to hit B real quick. But that locked me out of the rest of my inputs, which I don't think it should do. But yeah, anyway, I brought up chat. I'm actually, hold on, I can fix that. I can fix that. I can make sure that doesn't happen again if it actually stays where I put it. We're gonna remove chat from here. But yeah, I brought up chat because I had my bone strike trigger, but I was still holding this, and I hit the X button, which is what my bone shatter is on. So instead of that, I pulled up chat, and that froze me out. But that won't happen again now. Let's go ahead and do my skill point since we got put to the back here. All right, where are we going? We just recently finished off getting some accuracy. I wanted to try building into Aftershock. Now, we're probably going to pick up these 3 nodes eventually, because that 3% increased maximum life, that's one of the few percentage increased maximum life you can get. Pardon me. All right, let's take a look for Aftershock nodes, because I know they exist. So we got this one down here, 40% in Aftershock area of effect, increased attack area damage, which is useful for me in general, increased area of attacks, just in general, full on. Is that the only building into Aftershock you've got? Is that the only Aftershock on the tree? Well then. And all it does is barely increase the area of effect. That's still nice, like having the extra area of effect. And the area attack damage is also nice. So this is one place we can go. We can grab these 3 nodes. Alright, we're going to start over from down here like I often like to do, and just rotate around clockwise. So starting over here, actually we'll start here with the Burning Strikes. I'm not interested in elemental damage. I'm trying to set up a pure physical build. Now, arguably, here's an Aftershock one that I might build into later. But we'll look in that when I get to we'll decide what I'm going to do when I actually get to my next trial, my next tier of trials. All right. But yeah, despite the fact that there is probably an argument that you want to go into multiple elements in this game, if you can, and I do use fire damage, and the nice thing is this is pure extra fire damage. Okay. I am still doing my pure physical damage, and then on top of that, I'm getting some fire damage. That's the difference, because you've got damage conversion, which takes a portion of your damage and converts it. So if this was 12% fire damage conversion, then for every slam I did, 88% of that slam would be physical, and then 12% would be fire. But with this, it's 100% is physical, and then there's another additional 12% that is being done as fire. So this is not a bad idea. Like, especially, like, we got increased... The problem is like, it's whether or not I want to build into Ignite at all. But I can also just, do burning enemies and just grab these grab these 3 nodes. And then I'll be doing a little bit extra damage when I'm hitting enemies that I've managed to ignite with, say, my fissures. But I haven't been using my fissures a lot lately. But still, that might be important because in bosses I do occasionally spit out fissures when they're doing a lot of ranged attacks. We got Barbaric Strength, which is critical damage bonus, but at the cost of spending more mana on skills. But I've got my mana pretty fixed, so I'm not too worried about that. I'm even potentially thinking about doing this here, which will increase my speed. So, and then this reduces my maximum mana, but gives me even more critical hit chance. So we got strength with mana reduction and then increased mana cost. And the thing is like this, this builds up to these. So I'm not sure this is the path I want to go. Now, if you were doing something where like you're doing an Archmage build, you definitely want these. But we are not doing an Archmage build. I mentioned potentially the shield that I've got being part of a Thorns build. Thorns can crit now, apparently. So Thorns is something that might be interesting to try out in the future. See if I could figure out something to do for a Thorns build. Then we've got totem stuff. We are not using totems currently. We've got more shield and block chance stuff with mana on block chance, which is kind of nice. But if I want to get even more block chance, I can come over here, and I might end up having to do that. We'll see how things go. Skill effect duration. This is mostly would be used by my fissures. I believe my broken armor also would be affected by this. I'm not sure. We've got reduced skill effect duration and slowing potency of debuffs on you. So for certain things like the earthquakes, that would, and I think this might even affect like aftershocks, like how fast the aftershocks trigger. And then we've got fire damage if we're one to really build into fire damage. Alright, this is a stun threshold. I'm not too worried about that, although the 20% increased life regeneration rate while moving is nice. I'm regenerating pretty good, I think, but here is an ally node for regeneration and then an ally node for attack speed, which if I make a Singer Bard, I might go this way. Increased attack area damage. This is nice. Like anytime we're doing area damage is probably pretty good. So I can either just go up and chain up all of the area of effects and then get the area damage, or I could come over this way. But I'd probably, since I'm already here, I'd probably just go for the full, all of the area of attack spells, or attack stuff. Okay, we can go, I'm not going to do evasion because, well, this is an interesting one at least. It's increased evasion rating if you have been hit recently. So once you get hit, you have a boost to your evasion. And if you haven't been hit, then you have increased armor. More for breaking armor. We're doing good for armor breaking. I'm not worried about that, but that might change in the future. Although this one does have some nice increased physical damage nodes on it. So if I do, I can just come grab these physical damage nodes for that. All right, we've already got the accuracy. Down here a bit more. Yeah, we'll come over here real quick and take a look at these. Bloodletting is bleeding. I'm not going to use bleed. 1% increased damage per 1% chance to block. Interesting. So that can get you up to 75%, or if you increase if a way to get your block chance up, you can get even more. That is one to look into for my one-hander. That is interesting. And this is all increased damage while holding a shield. So I might undo the shield allocations that I did. Which is this one and then the attack speed one. And I might build up over here. I might build over here to grab these. Glad I came over here and read those. All right, we're not going to go further than that for now. Armor! Defends with armor against attacks further. That's actually kind of nice. That might be useful against enemies that bosses use big slams. Increased armor and evasion while in low life, and this is more evade chance. This is another accuracy node. This also has a dex bonus to it, which is nice. Increased accuracy at close range is really nice for me, because obviously of the way I play. These are just flat accuracy ratings. So if I end up missing a lot more, I can come up here to try to fix that. Alright, here's another Thorns. We have Flask one, so if we want to try to, if we're not happy with how much I'm healing on Flask, I can come up and grab this. Hello! Been a rough day. Late night, or at this point, early morning stream because of it. So we got some critical hit stuff, which is nice. And this is specifically against stunned enemies, so this is something I could build into for my two-handers. Leech, I like the fact that 20% is instant, and the fact that this also comes with some nice attack damage leading up to that. And I do occasionally use Leech, but I might only grab this once I know for a fact I'm on a good weapon that has Leech. Okay, regeneration and more life recovery on low life, that's nice. This is rage, we're not building into rage, that's totems, we're not building into totems. This one might be nice to grab, because I get extra benefits from this from my ascendancy. And then beef itself is just a nice like boost. There's the aftershock one I was looking at, another block one. This one's life on block. Increased defenses, so again I'd probably stack block chance. Bleed node, we're not doing bleeding. Armor, 25% of armor also applies to fire damage. Yes, I am seeing your chats. But yeah, so we got not just increased armor, but armor against fire damage, which is kind of nice. And we got stun threshold. We got all of this, which I've currently got set to my two-hander. Is this another break armor one? Yep, this is all breaking armor. Increased damage against fully broken armor is kind of nice. See, war cries empower an additional attacks, kind of nice. So this is all for war cries. This would be if I were doing more singing. We have overwhelming strike, which is critical chance for attacks, critical damage with attack damage, and stun buildup with critical hits. So if we were building more into crits, we could use that. Okay, this is that life node. And this is if I were doing a lot more with endurance charges. This is more thorns if we're going to try to do that. 20% of life when you heavy stun a rare or unique enemy. That's nice. This is more for stun build-up. 50% of break 50% of armor on heavy stunning an enemy. That's not going to be helpful for that much. But if I wanted to maybe put that on my one-hander to build up more stun. So that's another thing I could potentially do. So I'm thinking about respecking the one-hander to come down here for this one because of that particular node. So these I should probably grab eventually. I don't know what I priority. Yeah, this is just, instead of taking all of that stuff down there, I can just grab this. But these come with other benefits though, so. But yeah, this one, these nodes I should probably grab eventually, and then those also lead into this. Okay, that's a rage node. These are attack speed nodes and more thorns. I'm actually, with how much thorns is on the tree, I am genuinely curious what you could do with a thorns build. Here's some nice flat attack damage. Both of these, you got two. Just a bunch of increased attack damage we could just go to. Maybe that's what we'll do. Maybe we'll just bump up a bunch of attack damage. Okay, increased attack and cast speed, increased physical damage. And then we've got some elemental fun stuff for fire, ignite, chill, and shock. And then we're back to where we're looking. So I think actually, like, we go this way. Like, we're already almost there. We're not doing anything with totems, but part of me thinks I should path this through all of this to just, since I'm planning on grabbing it anyway. And then I'll be near this attack speed node and stuff like that. But I do kind of want to play around a little bit with Aftershock. So this will increase some of my damage, and then we'll get to play around and see how well that works. And then I might grab this one later, I might grab these crit nodes later. And then I'm going to respec and I'm going to come down here for my shield. But for now, we're going to grab this one, I think. Really vicious enemies, yes. They've got some armor break of their own. I'm 99% sure, by the way, that is a bot trigger. I have a feeling that what is going on is there is some type of bot where it is asking basically generic questions in streamer chat. And then that way it can alert whoever is running it when it basically detects engagement, so to speak. A lot of stuff going on this way. Make sure I keep moving to not get stuck in the degen piles. I remember though. It was before I died. I was ranting about complexities in IP law. I'm trying to remember what even triggered that.
And rest when you're dead. Keep digging.
That's him. One of us will not leave this manor alive.
The chills. Ah, Candlemass. Ooh, I didn't notice that last time.
First ones. What madness is this?
Oh, break first. Not gonna get a lot of ability to. Not gonna gain a lot of ability to get those off. It's like. That is one thing I'm learning though with these fights is roll behind. There, like I should have gotten actually closer to him. Difference is that I was already backed away from him because of knocking the. There we go. See.
Out of my way.
There we go, now I get to do a bone shatter. Let's find a safe place to do that. I'm just gonna back away. And then we'll come on up to him. There we go. Thank you for coming out into the arena for me. he does not stay stunned very long at all. Of course, I say he, but what is said beast with a bunch of candles on their back? And I'm gonna kill them before I get the next stun off.
Is nothing sacred anymore.
Candle messes essence. 8% increased maximum life. I don't remember getting that the last time I fought him. But still, I'll take it. I will definitely take 8% more life. I love bone chatter. Okay, that's the stairs down. Is there a checkpoint over there? I don't see a checkpoint. Somebody should put a checkpoint on that.
Hammer and anvil!
Stupid D-Den. Oh, cool. Elemental resistance or always bleeds, always poison, so all of the chaos damage. And yes, in case you did not know if you are a PoE 1 player, bleed is now chaos damage. So you are immune to bleed if you take CI. Oh, no little side chamber was a bunch of gold. Oh well. Or if there was one, I didn't find it. Well, I guess I could come here for the checkpoint. Because I think this is all one zone.
Hammer and anvil!
Oh yay, she's got the... Of course I can do this if I need to. Periodic cold explosions. Accurate. No, didn't quite get it.
Weakling!
Oh, something made one of my drives spin up. Okay, that's the way forward. That's actually something I might try doing. I might try disconnecting the drives. Because if it's connecting to... or if it's looking at like my slower drives, because this should be reading off of an M.2, but I do have some classic
Yes,
HDDs
one.
on here too,
He's under
as
there.
well as some externals. So I might, like, after I fight Geonor, I might try that to see if I can fix the stream. And then I will officially start the day 16 stream. Since this stream has only barely been day 15. I like the sad, poignant violin music, you know. The thing is like, in many ways, a lot of the villains in this are victims themselves. Like, this is one of those games where, like, the good guys, like, this is almost like, you know. Because the joke about 40k is that there's no good guy in 40k, but the simple fact of the matter is most of the stories in 40k revolve around someone trying to protect people, you know, or protect the, you know, their group from a threat. Okay? Like, even, like, for example, Infinite and the Divine, the whole thing that Trazyn and Orkan are fighting over is a potential, like, a potential way for the Necrons to get fully returned to being a true mortal species, where they will never have to worry about being enslaved again. You know. You know, neither character is good. Is good if you like dig into like their full motivations and everything. But they're both trying to do something that they genuinely believe to be right, and that will, you know, that if they succeeded, would arguably, at least from the perspective of their fellow Necrons, be a very heroic and wonderful thing. And like, so you got like the classic thing of the Space Marines. Okay, like take like a lot of people's introduction to 40k lately has been Space Marine 2. Okay. At no point in Space Marine 2 is Titus doing anything villainous. Okay. You have now you've got things going on around Titus that are sketchy, but Titus himself, he is trying to protect the planet from, you know, the Tyranid invasion. Like, even at the beginning when he's launching the virus bomb, you know, the planet is, you know, essentially considered lost. And so, like, they're really trying to do what they can to, like, slow the Tyranid spread.
No challenge.
So, basically, throughout the entire game, Titus is a heroic figure, which of course makes like the scrutiny of the chaplain all the more, you know, poignant and infuriating. know, but he's entirely fighting against destructive forces. You know, in case of like of the Thousand Sons cult, you know, a evil force. You know, are the Tyranids evil? Well, they're very menacing, there's for sure. They don't exactly have a lot of they don't really consider anything non-Tyranid when it comes to any of their equations, that's for darn sure. But, you know, the Thousand Sons, on the other hand, they have long since given up on their goal of enlightening the galaxy and are mostly just pursuing power. Like, maybe Magnus still in the back of his mind, like when